Hello everyone. So let us solve a very simple definition in this video, that is to read a number and display all the digits from the number separately. Now for this thing, we will be required to do two things. One is that the input is a number, and the second thing is that each of the digits as they are printed should not be a plus minus or a full stop. So we are looking at a positive integer number. So let us start with the first thing. So I will need to convert a into a number. So that converted, the moment you convert into a number, you need to verify whether the conversion was successful. So you will need to check what is there in B. Is it containing NaN? If yes, then you will throw an error. So, okay, so that's the wrong input. And if it is not NaN, that means the number conversion was successful. Here is where I'm going to write in my logic. So the logic is I will convert the input, that is the number input, into a integer value. And so I'm using the parse int method to convert b into an integer. Now we need to actually assure ourselves that the value was originally an integer. So here is where we will put in that b is equal to c. But this will not suffice because we are interested in not just the number being an integer, but we want it to be even positive. If we do not make these assumptions of being positive and a fraction part is not there, so if we make such assumptions, then it would be easy in coding. If we do not make these assumptions, then we will have to remove the plus and minus sign before we start displaying the characters. We will have to remove the dot sign if it appears anywhere in between. So to avoid those complexities, we are going to consider, okay, so positive, maybe a zero can also work. So if it is a positive integer, then we will do the processing. Otherwise, again, we can go ahead and show an error message saying it is, okay, we'll say wrong number type or any message that you wish to display. So that done. Now this section. So if it is a integer number greater than 0, then here is where we're going to display each of the digits from the number. Now since we are going to use charAt as the method, we assume that the checking was just for uh, verifying, but we are not going to use B and C, which are actually numbers. I will rather use A, which is a string. So here I will work on the string, and we will first thing find out is how many digit characters are possibly there in the input. And based on this, I'm going to write in my for loop. So for each of the characters which is there in the input, I will be extracting each character. So let us say we will use the charAt method. It is to be used in situations where you know exactly which position you want to extract the character from. So I'm using the charAt, which would be there in X, and next thing you do is simply display the character. In our case, since the input is going to be a number which is verified by this condition, and then only it enters into this section. So if it is a number, that means we know it is a number. So we will work with the original string itself. So this would be the logic for reading the number and checking whether it is a positive integer, a number in the first place, and then positive integer. And if so, then I'm going to work on the string, and I'm going to apply the charAt method and extract one character at a time from the 0th position till the last position and display each of the characters individually. So let us try this and see if it is working. So let me try and enter a number like 1, 2, 3, 4. So the digits are being printed. If I enter the fractional part, So it says wrong number. So this condition is working fine. If I entered a negative value, again it says wrong number. So this condition is actually working. And with a wrong input, it says wrong input. So the code is working fine. You may try this definition, and I'll show you a solution to the same definition using a different method in the next video.